Hey yo, hello everybody, welcome in. We are, well, I guess I should say I'm finally gonna try Endfield. Hello Bear, how are you? Yeah, it's, this is kind of a long time coming, I'm gonna be honest. I have had, I live, that's such a mood, that's how I feel every day. But yeah, this is kind of a long time coming. I've actually had this game installed on my console for since it launched. I've had this here since launch day, but I never played it. So it's just been kind of sitting here waiting for me to do something with it. Which, you know, I have my reasons for, so we're going to see how this goes. What is this game? You never heard of it? So, here's the thing. I don't know enough about it to say for sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's an Arknights spin-off, because, I mean, it has Arknights in the title. What little I did see about it kind of looked like Arknights' take on Genshin Impact. But again, like I said, I'm not completely sure. Which Arknights is cool. Arknights I really like. I didn't play a lot of it due to having a bad phone, quite frankly, but Arknights is pretty neat. This I'm a little iffier on. But so it's... So I guess what I do know about it is it's like an action-based gacha game thing. I hesitate to say too much about how its like world setting and whatnot operates because I've only seen a little bit of it. But it looks like it's basically structured like, you know, Genshin. Or Wuthering Waves. Those are the two I can think of off the top of my head that do that, like, Breath of the Wild, but it's anime gacha game approach. I am not gonna pretend like I'm not only trying it now just because of a character they added. No, I think Rossi is awesome. I am looking forward to failing to roll her on the gacha. Because that's how this stuff works. But let's go ahead, boot it up. Hopefully it doesn't make me do any sort of weird sign-in stuff or mess with settings or whatnot. I did set my voice language to Japanese, as one does. The dub for this is interesting, though, because at least for the two Italian characters, they went and got Italian actors for them, which is pretty cool. And I do know some of the other characters, I believe, do speak their original tongue as well, or their native tongue within the game, which is pretty cool in the English dub. So we're not going to get that if I'm playing in Japanese, obviously. But I still think the acting's mediocre overall. So, but also, like, you can find English playthroughs of this by literally anybody else, right? So also the visual design is actually really nice. I like the style. I like the overall graphics. I think it actually looks really pretty. I'm hoping I like it. Yeah, the animation is nice. I think the best thing about, you know, post-Genshin gacha games is, I've got my issues with Genshin, right? I've got feelings about it. But, you know, as someone who played Genshin since launch, I got some problems with it. But it really did push the boundaries of what we think of as a, quote, gacha game. Both for better and worse, I think, because now I think we have too many games that are gacha games. But I hope those subtitles are legible, actually. I might have to look and see if I can, like... Sorry, I'm looking at things. I lost my train of thought already. Oh, look, see? Okay, so this is the worst thing. Oh, I can't air... I don't know why I assumed I could air dash. I kind of was hopeful, but oh well. I want to see more air dashing and things, to be frank. See, this is something I thought looked really interesting from what little I did see, though. Is, like, being able to, like... Hold up. Just can't... Oh, both. Got it. White side clothes. So my background are exactly the easiest to read. Yeah. Anyway, I did see, like, zipline stuff like that, which felt very... It reminded me of, well... I was about to say it reminds me of some of the stuff in Death Stranding. I never played Death Stranding, so I don't necessarily want to say that too much. Yeah, I'll have to look at the settings, though, see if I can make those bigger or add, like, borders and what. I know a lot of games have started to do a lot with, like, being able to mess with the subtitles, so I'll look at that, I guess, in a second. Yeah, so just mash button combat. I hope the hitboxes and whatnot are better. So as of right now, it's it looks nice. I do appreciate the look. Very much is following the exact same. As of right now, I should say, is following the same. Oh, there we go. So actual dodge mechanics. That's nice. I was about to get to that, actually. It's following, like, the same kind of setup that Genshin has for its base combat, which I fully expect. To be fair, Genshin also plays like most other action games do, if we're going to be completely honest. The only difference is it doesn't have, like, proper dash mechanics, which I was about to bring up because, yeah, perfect dodge. Yeah, I figured. One of the things with Genshin's dash system is it can be hard to gauge, which I'm gonna, quite frankly, reference Genshin too much here, since I played too much of Genshin. But it's hard to get your dash timing right in that, since it doesn't have actual, like, visual feedback on dodging. It's just there are iframes during dashes, and then you have to figure it out yourself from there. But this has proper, you know, perfect dodge mechanics and whatnot, which is nice. We'll see how the combat system evolves when it actually gives me skills and whatnot, because I'm sure I'm about to learn how to use my skills. Movement feels nice, though. There it is! While holding L1, press to cast. Battle skill, okay. Casting battle skill consumes 1 bar of skill points. Alright, naturally regenerates over time. Hitting enemies with final strike also recovers some skill points. Okay. So skill points are separate from... Oh, that was not the button I should have pushed. So that's a palette of 4. Wait and see how that develops with the skills and whatnot. Oh, I should probably look at my settings. Casting battle skill consumes 1 bar of skill point. Skill point naturally regenerates over time. Hitting man, you said that already. Hitting man with final strike and performing perfect dodges also recovers some SP. Okay, I like that. So it does weave it into... Hold up, let me see something. That is the final strike there. Yeah, so it does kind of weave it into the already pre-existing combo. So I can keep doing hits, do my thing, and then see... Go into my final... Well, I think I dropped... Stop pushing my buttons too quickly. Oh, I can just hold the button too. Alright, that works. Neat. Okay. Boing. I like the jump animation. Jump animation is nice. Yay, ultimates. Everything needs ultimates. Oh, I keep looking down and seeing that you said that the white subtitles are hard to see, and I keep losing my train of thoughts because I'm messing with mechanics. Ultimate energy's full. Holding down L1, press, and hold square to cast ultimate. Okay. Enemy with skills to gain ultimate energy. Okay, so you can go like that. And then this is my big delete. Oh, it's not as big as I expected it to be. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I can definitely mix in... Neat. Give me a second. Let me see if I can't figure out where... Oh, that's a lot of buttons. Anywho. Controls, audio, performance and graphics. I see factory smart tips. I have no idea what that means. Platform and account would probably not be it. I don't see anything. Auto-perform basic attacks when opening the skill wheel. Huh? Hold up. I might want to turn that off, actually. I don't know what that means. Also, where's my ultimate energy listed? I guess I don't see my SP at all right now, to be fair. Zoom camera. Oh, I'm probably gonna bump that for sure. Anywho. Look at the snow trail. Yeah, so I don't see anything to mess with the subtitles, unfortunately. You know what? I'm gonna save messing around with physics and whatnot till I'm outside of tutorial space. I say as I keep doing it. I really should get back on track. Oh, you know what? I forgot to, You just have to guess what they're saying. Yeah, so this is why most people play these things in English when they're doing them for content. Which I understand and I think is fair, but, like, again, you can find literally anybody else playing it in English. I want to showcase some of the other voice talents instead. Oh, it doesn't let me go that way. I like the snow. Look, see how the snow... It's not like this is groundbreaking game physics or anything. But for stuff that, like, is typically made for mobile, which I need to look... I'm pretty sure this is also available on mobile, which... Man, mobile phones' processing capabilities is crazy these days for something like this to be renderable in mobile. Assuming that it's, like, operates, like... Oh, I think you heard that. Anyways, at the same graphical fidelity as the console version, because I am playing on console, to be fair. I was going to say something. What was it? Oh, right. Okay, that stamina gauge. That stamina gauge is the worst thing that Breath of the Wild did for gaming. I think Breath of the Wild is a great game. I enjoy it a lot. But I don't like that stamina gauge. You see it popping up when I dash right there next to the character, just like how Breath of the Wild did it, and Genshin copied it, and a bunch of stuff copied it because of that. I hate that. It's so easy to lose in a fight. It's so easy to lose track of it when you're dashing around and fighting. And look, I only have like 2 dashes worth on this bar, too. I don't like that. I would prefer a gauge that's actually, like, static next to my health gauge or under my health gauge. Something that is always there that I can reference consistently. I don't like it being next to the character model. I don't understand it being next to the character model. I don't think that's good UI. I don't think it was good when Breath of the Wild did it, but I think Breath of the Wild was... less difficult to lose. Genshin's is like the worst one to lose in the action too. We'll see if this one rivals it. Anyway, I'm gonna get back on track. There's never UI elements following the character. Yeah, it's not smart. I'm not sure why Breath of the Wild decided to do that way either, but we're paying for it and everything else. I wish more people other than me voiced an issue with that. We might stop seeing it in game design if they did. By the way, so like, part of why I was iffy on this particular game. Oh, I hope that's something I get ready control of at some point, because that's fun. Sorry, I got distracted by Big Gun. That's pretty epic. Yeah, so I like Darknights. I like Arknights, because Arknights starts with you killing a bunch of terrorists. So, when I saw this, I was a little iffy on whether or not the tone would match what I expect from the setting, and I have seen nothing to tell me that it will. Darknights is... I did it again. Arknights is very dark. And that's something I appreciate from Arknights. It's the same tone as, like, Girls Frontline. And if what I'm told is true, the two writers of the two games are friends with each other, so that, if true, that's pretty awesome and explains a lot. But I didn't see any of that sort of, dark tone from this when I was seeing stuff for it when it was, before it came out. Which is part of why it just sat on my hard drive for so long. Because that everything's Genshin now. For better and worse, everything's Genshin now. And Genshin's tone sucks. It's boring. It's not interesting. But I'm hoping even if it's not dark, it's still... Everything is Genshin, yup. Even if it's not dark, I still hope it does capture me in some other way. I actually hope it's going to be darker than I expect it to be, even if it's not as dark. It's clearly not as dark as the original Arknights, because if it was, I would have already stabbed civilians. Genshin or Fortnite, I hate how true that is. The two games. Or apparently XCOM. Because did you see that Star Wars is trying to make an XCOM now? And then there was something else that came out recently that was XCOM. Oh. So I was out here aura farming, and the game was aura farming for me, actually. I had my stick at half tilt, and then I pushed it all the way, and I was still just walking. So, game did it for me. Mutant Year Zero? I'm gonna have to remember that. I don't know that one. Let me see. Plays a duck, a boar, and a moose that breathes fire. Interesting. Bullwinkle certainly got an upgrade, huh? Haha, boomer joke. Yeah, so Girls Frontline 2 steals XCOM ideas, or XCOM Enemy Unknown ideals to a certain degree. Then there's a Star Wars one they're trying to make that I couldn't care less about. Obviously, there's actual XCOM, and then everything else is either Fortnite or Genshin. Yep. They'll have weird mutant abilities that let them do different stuff in combat. That's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna have to... Mutant Year Zero. I'm gonna have to remember that. Or I'll probably just ask you about it later, too, because there's a good chance I'll forget that name. Yo, obligatory tutorial boss? That's very, It's very not Souls, I think, in its own way. The visual design of that one. Oh, is it gonna... No, it's not. Oh, it's not gonna let... Oh! Ow. I don't know if I did take damage. Look, I took minuscule damage from that. This is so funny. They're introducing mechanics that they did not teach me, and I'm not used to that from these games. Like, at all. It's not like it's complicated stuff, but even so, I'm not used to them. Looks like the boss from Sonic the Hedgehog. So I don't see it, but I'm also used to, like, original Sonic the Hedgehog, where it's all just egg bots. Yo, I broke his arm. Sonic Frontiers, gotcha. Yeah, I have not seen any of Sonic Frontiers. Hold up, holding down L and press to cast. Oh, right, ultimates are a thing. That was probably a waste of an ultimate, actually. I'm surprised by how, like, ow. I'm surprised by how, subtle the ultimates are in this, because I'm used to, like, well, I guess everyone really is used to more ultimates that that are a lot more, how do I put it? Ultimates usually have a lot of visual flair behind them, and these are surprisingly simple. Yeah, I heard really mixed thing about Sonic Frontiers. I heard some people say it was really good, and then I heard some people say it was a hodgepodge of things. Like it felt like they slapped Sonic in a game that wasn't a Sonic game, and then I heard some people say it felt unfinished. I've heard a whole mix of things. It's bad. Good to know. But that's on par. Yeah, it's the par for the course with Sonic. It really is. Unfortunately, I do like the original Sonic, and I have a soft spot for Sonic Adventure. I probably shouldn't say too much about Sonic Adventure since it's considered the one good Sonic game, but it's not good. It's really not. It has good moments. I like more of it than most people do, believe it or not. Yeah, they never could figure out Sonic in 3D. They really couldn't. It was a shame because most of his games are 3D now, and he just doesn't work in that format. I really think they need to design his movement more... I want to say they need to design his movement more like a car, but I haven't played Frontier. I don't know what they're doing with him right now. I'm also, like, only half paying attention, and that's really bad. Probably. Bunnies! Oh, it's gonna lock me into moving in the direction of the thing. Sonic Adventure 2 is fun 1/3 of the time. I think it's fun like half the time, actually, I would say. Some of the Knuckles stages are really good. None of the Rouge stages are any good. I actually like the Eggman and Tails sections, which is weird. Most people actually really don't, and most of the Sonic and Shadows levels are pretty solid. The one where the camera freaks out when you go into a loop? That's... Yeah, the Chow. That's the one with the Chow Garden, yes. Does the camera freak out? I guess the camera does kind of freak out. The Chow are unironically the best part. The Chow Garden is the most well-developed part of Sonic Adventure 2.
Endfield の管理人。あなたは私は
Oh, neat. Surprise UI. You like taking your children to the preschool and making them race each other? Yeah, no, Chow races are so much fun.
管理人管理人大丈夫少し弱ってるだけだよお久しぶりです
It's very important for them to be the fastest. It is a Sonic game. Oh. I didn't read the thing. I wasn't paying enough attention. Chat distracted me from lore.
目が覚めましたか、管理人。大丈夫。ここは安全ですから。
Excuse me, why is there a skip? Oh, okay, you know what? To be fair, a skip button is not something I like to deal with, however.
Endfield 工業の拠点で、私たちの家でもあります。T ジャンゴ、Endfield。
Did you see my ping spike for a second there? What was that all about?
深呼吸して大丈夫です。そのリミッターで体調を保てます。10年も眠っていて、まだ不安定なはずですから。
10 years? I've apparently slept for 10 years, guys. That is the longest nap of my life. Man, I wish I could sleep for 10 years, actually. Yo, Amnesia protagonist is like... Actually, you know what? The original Arknights starts with Amnesia too, actually. But,
あなたが慣れるまでそばにいます。あなたはエンドフィールドのリーダーであり、最も大切な存在でした。
Oh, just like I'm getting a notice about an update, guys. They might just very well kick me off. Let me see. What is that? Awesome. Well, I maybe should have looked up updates. See, this is the thing that can suck with live service stuff. Among many other things. Oh dear. Man, my stuff has been all kinds of scuff lately. Yeah, I miss when you actually owned games that you bought. Those were good times. To be fair, I didn't buy this. This is free to play, so there's a little bit of nuance there, I suppose. Man, I just hope if it cuts me off in the middle of a cutscene, it'll still spawn me back in the, like, cutscene. Even if it has to make me watch the whole cutscene all over again. I don't want to, like, miss stuff. I hope that doesn't mean the gacha's about to reset. I'm gonna cry if that's the case. I'm sorry, was that man wearing 2 sets of sunglasses? Free-to-play just gives devs free license to market the crap out of in-game purchases. Yeah, what do you think a gacha game is? That's the entire framework of gacha game.
ここが私たちの拠点。科学技術を結集したオリジニウムを動力とする宇宙作業船リージャン号です。
Originium. Isn't Originium the stuff that's making the world fall apart? I swear that's the thing. It has been a hot minute since I played Arknights.
それ以来、省電力状態で低軌道を周回しています。少しずつ船を修復し、そして技術開発も進めて。ごめん、
You know what I would love, actually? I'm gonna say things that's not gonna... Tail alert? Oh, random foxtail? Okay, hold up. But, like, also, notes, ears... there's, like, lizard characters, too. I don't know, they just do. Welcome to Arknights. This has been a thing since the old game, even when it was super dark. For some reason, you just had, like, a bunny girl character who casts magic, and there's, like, a squirrel girl who's a, who's, like, a firefighter who uses an axe, and she's great, and I love her. But yeah, no, Arknights. There is no reasoning. It just is. The whole thing is tactical characters with animal features. Yep. Yeah, so, like... Yeah, I don't see any on her, and I don't remember the original... You played as... They just called him Doctor in the original game, right? He didn't have any to my knowledge, but to be fair, he's also wearing, like, a thick coat and hood, so, like, it's possible you just couldn't see them. But, like, all of the characters you could acquire, all of the, like, I guess, playable characters, if you would, they all had some sort of, like, animal feature, at least from what I remember. But to be fair, I didn't play a lot of it. Always kind of wanted to, but, like, unfortunately, like, all the biggest frustration... I don't necessarily want to say the biggest frustration. There's a lot of frustrations with the, like, the gacha style, but, like, really live service games in general, but a lot of, like, the gacha games are, like, pretty bad about it, where it's like, if you pick up the game when it starts and play it regularly, you're okay, but then trying to pick up the game way later is just the biggest pain. There's just so much you gotta slog through to actually get caught up, and then they've got limited events you're missing in the process. I'm probably gonna get disconnected, guys. When was this released? This released... I can pull it up. I can't remember if it released this year, early this year, or if it released, like, late last year. But this is pretty recent. You know what? It's probably not that recent, actually. It's decently recent. The color palette and style smacks of the new Marathon game. I think I have to kind of disagree. It's got less highlighter and more black in its color palette, but I see what you mean. It is more recent, though, for sure. Let me see. It released... Oh, wow, yeah, so January 2020, January 22nd, 2026. Yeah, it released this year. So it's pretty recent. It's been in development for, like, a while, from my understanding, though. But it did just actually release. You see, the new thing seems to be a kind of neon color cards and geometric shapes. Yeah, that, like, geometric sort of clean future aesthetic. We see that a decent bit.
特殊技術部のオペレーターには転送や位置測定のため協約オリジニウムが一つ支給されています。あなたの協約オリジニウムには特別な秘密が眠っているはずです。
Yeah, the techware look for sure. And the original game maintains that sort of techware stuff too. Dirt does not exist in the future. Don't you know? That's why Star Wars, they have actually, if I think that's right. Am I right? Shoot, I'm actually not sure if I'm right. Mouse droids. Mouse droids, I'm pretty sure, are oh yeah, absolutely. Very, very much under a rock. Techware's neat, though. I've been wanting to... See, I don't own any techware stuff because you can't really get cheap techware. That's it. That's why. But I would like to dress not quite exactly like they do, but I would like to get some stuff in that vein.
けれど戦争により最初の拠点は破壊されてしまいました。なんとか価値はしたものの失ったものは大きかった。文明を取り戻すためにあなたはエンドフィールドを導き、協約オリジニウム技術とその完成形協約コアを開発しました。
See. Ooh, making techware. Making techware might be tricky. Style. The answer is typically style. That being said, it probably is, but to be fair, I don't see heavy machinery, so it's fine. So one of the things with techware, though, is maintaining style but functional. Good techware still has, like... So, yes, it has, like, belts and buckles and stuff like that to give it a visual flair, but then it has actual usable pockets and, like, pouches and stuff like that. So it's kind of a blending of the two, is, like, the idea behind it, alongside that, like, future aesthetic. So it's a neat fashion style. Yeah, it might not be great for you. They'd get caught on something. But it looks cool. The ship recently banned zippers because they get caught in soft lines. Oof. Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess everything has to be buttoned now. Now it's all Velcro? Oh, that too. Yeah, that works. Yo, title drop. Okay. See there? It let me finish the cutscene. Well, hopefully that update doesn't take too long. Ah, man, I should have looked at update schedules ahead of time. I could have planned better. So that's that. This is fun. You know what sucks, though? I made sure ahead of time to... Obviously, it sucks to get kicked out because I wasn't paying attention to update schedules, but I made sure ahead of time, before I actually did the stream, I booted up the game, made sure any, like, download files, because these games always have, like, update files and whatnot that they did download upon first boot of any of these games. So I booted it up, made sure anything that needed to be downloaded was downloaded. I made sure anything that needed to be linked was linked so that we could go in and just start, so that I didn't have the Forza Horizon 5 experience with this. And whoop-de-doo! Mid-gameplay update! Oh, boy. Do you like the art aesthetics? You end up playing the game for more than a couple sessions, you could be convinced to try it out. Yeah, I'll probably give it a... I'm definitely intrigued so far. I'm looking forward to it opening up more of the game to me, and the like. Let's see if I can actually get back in, or if its servers are down. Because we'll have to see... You know what I could do for a little bit? If servers are down and I can't get access, I might just switch over and just do some Forza. Oh, well. Forza! Well, it let me back in, I guess. Car mentioned. Talon 2? Yeah, there's a reference in there that I'm pretty sure nobody except me gets. I remember another space game with a Talon. You're bored when the cat girl shut up? I will have you know I'm pretty sure those are wings on her head. Oh yeah, no, same. What you mean you don't just vaguely smile at them? That's... Yeah, that's just how you talk to people. Second moon of the planet Talos. I swear I'll hold back from making Talon 4 references this whole time, because I'm the only one that's gonna get him anyway. Also, to be fair, Clipsy, I am clicking very slowly through these screens because I keep checking chat while also trying to read the subtitles here, so that's part of why she's still talking. It's partially my fault. I could put it to autoplay, but then I'm definitely gonna miss things. This is why most people stream it in English. That's how I interact with extroverts who rant at me while I can't even tell what they're saying. Yeah, that's a mood. Organic character moment when our MC takes off her face mask to indicate to the audience she sees clearly now. That's actually genuinely a good question. I don't know. I know very little about this, actually. MC having a face, I will have you know that MC has a face in a lot of things, actually. We did see some of this already. Oh yeah, we did. We saw some of this before it kicked me off. Hopefully they won't talk too long. Actually, so like, this is an issue I have. This is another post-Genshin Impact problem, right? Is just the amount of like dialogue heavy. I just want to play my games. This is why I couldn't get into Wuthering Waves, actually, is because they wouldn't stop talking and I just didn't care. I know someone who likes Wuthering Waves, and I'm just like, yeah, I just couldn't care. Sorry, who has? Who has it? Oh. Oh, I see it. The MC does in fact have... I see it. I see it. Was that my phone? Did you guys hear that? I'm gonna mute that. Hold up. There we go. Now it shouldn't buzz. Don't you just love being super important, but you don't know why you're super important because you don't have memories?
デリカ監察官、緊急の連絡が入ったよ。今管理人はそばにいる？ええ。フィオナ、どうしたの？最高警戒警報が出たんだ。着陸予定地点。というより、
Do I get to kill
情報
things?
焼き全体が大変なこと
Is that what that means? Also, when do they let me access the gacha? That's something I think is really funny. Doesn't it take, like, Genshin ages for you to actually get to use its gacha? That's something I think is really funny. Is like, oh yeah, like, the entire monetization system of these things is based around gacha, and then we're going to, like, lore at you before we introduce... Which I don't have an issue with, to be clear. I just think it's funny.
中枢基地にはいろんな方法で連絡したけど全部応答なし。10日後に管理人を中枢基地に連れて行く計画だったけど、10日も待っていられない。フィオナ、今すぐ出発するわ。え、今？ちょっと急いで確認するけど、地上に強い電波干渉が出てる。ガイドなしでの緊急着陸は誤差の可能性も。
Although I do gotta say, in regards to like live service and whatnot and free to play, whatever, I wish Marathon were free. I'm not paying $40 for it. I'm just not. I don't care. I know I'm not gonna play enough of it anyway. I'm gonna play it like once and then I'm gonna stop playing it, right? So I don't want to drop money on it. But I'd try it if it were free. Like, Helldivers encouraged these companies to charge money for their games, but Helldivers was a better game. Right. when MC is always a Mary Sue with a clueless personality. I don't know that MC counts as a Mary Sue necessarily in this case. We just haven't learned everything. The doctor from Arknights was a similar case too, where he was a really important individual pre-amnesia. But the thing is, the more we get to know about what he did, like, the darker things got. Rather than being, I'm perfect man, it was like, no, he made mistakes. Unfortunately, this is making me hope I get the motorcycle, so if I don't get the motorcycle, I'm actually going to be really sad. Eventually, I don't expect them to give it to me right away. If it is available for use. Even better since you can be one of two all-the-powerful characters with no personality. Apparently Marathon is really good. I've heard people say it's terrible. I've heard people say it's good. Buddy of mine has been badgering you to try it out for a while now. You probably shouldn't try it. We found the sci-fi dirt. We found the sci-fi dirt! That's true! We found the sci-fi dirt! Forza Endfield. Yeah. Oh, hold up. Well, you're joining the battle. When the control operator starts fighting, other operators will also fight automatically. You know, I figured that out before they told me about it in the tutorial. But its team allows you to cast teammate skills. I figured that out as well. With Beetle Dogs. Absolutely. Yep, I figured that out too. Oh, it's trying to make me use it. This is so funny. So this is the stuff I was saying they were not telling me about earlier. Remember when I was like, they're introducing mechanics that they haven't actually told me how to use? Those were the mechanics. And now they're telling me how to use them. Ain't that interesting? Oh, that is not... I don't know why I keep pushing that when I'm trying to dash. I keep jumping, but I'm trying to dash. Don't know why I am doing that. That is quite dumb. Oh yeah, I love fake dialogue options. Fake dialogue options are the best. That's something I wish I could blame Genshin for, but I've seen long before Genshin did them. I don't see the point of making me have to, like, pick my dialogue if there's not options to actually pick. Like, it actually takes away from the ability for us to give our characters voice acting, too. I'm hoping to see dead people. Ooh.
まだ中枢基地と連絡が取れないなんて少し急ぎましょう
I'm gonna go climb things now. Oh, wait. Nope. There we go. Oh, okay. Boo. I don't think I can climb, really. Which, if I can't climb things... Maybe this is not Genshin. We'll see how things go. I'm still stuck in tutorial realm, technically. You cut off the characters! Enemies in the last sequence of basic attack is final strike. I know that already. Powerful hit that also deals stagger. Oh, and I guess the normal ones don't deal stagger. And this can be applied to staggered effect to the enemy. Cool. Yeah, I guess it's just the final hit. Something tells me we're gonna see, like, stagger and whatnot. Stagger the enemy. Yeah, I did figure that out. Stagger enemy full, the enemy becomes staggered. Yep. Staggered enemies cannot move. Yeah, take more damage. Enemy becomes staggered. Press square to perform a finisher that deals massive damage. Yeah, so build up stagger and then final strike. Cool. You think that means we get I imagine that probably means we get some character skills and whatnot that build stagger faster and stuff. Oh, wait, I haven't observed idle animations or anything like that. Like, one of the things I really like is looking at recovery animations. I do this a lot for Genshin. These animations are, like, very nice, too, by the way. Just the overall detail and whatnot on everything. But it's always fun, because the recovery animations are something you don't usually see, because you're usually either moving too fast through things, like... Whoop. So, like, that is something that you're not going to see very often, because normally in combat, you know, you're going to be doing your thing, and then you're just going to go to the next thing, or you're going to dash through. So, like, these little nods... Yeah, you, like, never see that. I love taking a moment to look at all of them. Genshin has some, like, really cool, some of Genshin's characters have some really good recovery animations and whatnot. Like, Eula's. I might have to show off some of that. It's like, I haven't booted up Genshin in a very long time, actually. But I might have to, just to show off some of its recovery animations. The sword flick back to ready is great, absolutely. Can I burn myself? Oh my gosh, is that a dead person? I think I found a dead person. I actually wasn't expecting that. Yeah, Arg is my favorite voice line. Hey, yo! What? No clue what any of that does. See, now I know that there's stuff lying around, and now I'm gonna have to comb every surface of everything. Yeah, we can probably open it with enough brute force. I have magic or something, so... Oh, they don't... I can't open up my skill wheel. What am I doing? Stash backpack. Neato! That makes sense. Okay. Rope. Let me open the tutorial for rope real quick. Rope. Approach and interact with rope and use it to reach higher places. Oh, I can climb rope! Roofs are initially unusable. Oh, okay, so this is gonna be used for opening up, like, shortcuts and whatnot, I betcha. Okay. What if I go this way, though? Okay, there's nothing over there. That's fine. I do wish to fight more things. I actually wish to fight more interesting things. I hope they're gonna give me things that are... I hope I'm not going to be stuck just fighting the one thing. I'm sure there's going to be some more interesting stuff to fight when I'm not stuck in tutorial land, of which I kind of still am. That's got to be, like, the worst quality of, Death Stranding Endfield confirmed. Maybe. But if they give me a motorcycle, absolutely. Is any more dangerous? Ooh. And try using combo skills to defeat it. What are combo skills? Oh, combo skill. Okay, combo skills are what I was doing in that, like, tutorial boss fight before. So, yeah, see? They're these. I already know about these. Oh, it's not letting me. Casting cooldowns, but his nose. Kill. Yep, that makes sense. Oh yeah, see, my skill does build up some extra stagger. So in theory, well, if it didn't kill it, in theory I could have kept using that to build some extra stagger, but oh well. I'm just trying to give you a bolo launcher that I wish would be in more games. Yeah. Death Stranding, I need to go actually play Death Stranding. I never got around to it. I think the game looks really cool, but... I do wish it had first aid systems like in Metal Gear Solid 3, though. Evidently, guns are less effective than swords in this universe. Well, sword combat fun. Sword combat fun. There are characters that use gun, though. That's super fair. MGS3 has great mechanics. Locking on targets... I won't use that. Press R3 to lock onto targets. If locking on targets, use stick to lock onto other targets. Yeah, basic, normal lock-on systems. Cancel lock-on, go send control screen. Switch combat camera correction. Auto lock on or off based on your playstyle. I like to not lock on. That's my, Ow. It actually hit me. Oh, I can't use... Oh, I'm out of SP, that's why. Got it. She's got a tiny tail. She's got pointy ears, though. It makes up for it. I wish more games, like, in general, had better first aid systems. I like that sort of thing, but it's not present in, like, anything. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head that has those sort of medical systems is Metal Gear Solid 3. I believe there are mods. I'm gonna have to look into this one to be sure, but I've seen some interesting first aid systems in Arma 3, but I'm pretty sure that's modded. I don't think base Arma has that. I did get through, like, the tutorial for Arma, and it just had, like, basic med pack systems, but I remember seeing, like, full-on, like, tourniquet on limb type stuff. But like I said, I think that's a mod. I do know there's a robust medical mod that does exist. But that's super cool. Mod or not, it's a really neat thing. I don't know how in-depth it really is, because I haven't played with the mod. But first aid systems. More games need first aid systems. It is a crime that Metal Gear Solid 3 is, like, the only one that has them. Oh yeah, so like so Arknights had a decent excuse for its characters, like a lot of its characters using like bladed weapons, and it's very simple. Gun restrictions. Yeah, there was a lot of characters that used bladed weapons or magic because you had to have like certain authorization to have firearms. So like firearm characters was like an entire classification of character because not everyone had them. It's important to note the original Arknights is a tower defense game, though. So, like, those ranged characters had particular usage in your formations compared to, like, melee characters or characters that shove and stuff like that. I don't know how relevant... Like, none of that's going to be relevant here. Because, quite frankly, Arknights took place on Earth, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Like, I have kept saying I didn't play a lot of it. So this entire structure is going to be something completely different. I'm pretty sure as far as the connections between this and Arknights is more an aesthetic than it is... I don't really want to say that for sure, actually, because I haven't really gotten into it. But it's not like it's a direct sequel. It's not like it's a direct sequel or these are the same characters or anything like that. So it's not directly connected to it, but like they're based off of a lot of these characters are based off of the same characters. I do know. Yeah, it's definitely something to ask somebody who actually played Arknights, which should be me. I really need to sit down one of these days and just shoot through as much of it as I can in like one sitting. Yeah, it's a cool setting though. Arknights is cool. Arknights is cool. Girls Frontline is cool. They're gonna be very tied to each other in my brain because they're tonally very similar, and I want to say they came out in similar time frames. Arknights came out later though. I need to get better at clicking through this dialogue. Does that mean I'm gonna get to kill more things? Feathery hide. Is he the bird man? I saw it. There was a bird man. I'm hoping he is the bird man that I saw a profile picture for.
旧工場にあるアンカーからアンゲロスが生み出されているようです。まずはこちらの対処が必要ですね。行きましょう、管理人。
Anchor. I'm hoping that means boss fight, or at least like some sort of mini boss fight. Look, they got gun. Oh, I was kind of hoping. Yeah, I guess it's obvious they wouldn't let me go over there, huh? Anywho. Oh, I can go over here though. Nice. Oh. Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, game. I will go the direction I'm supposed to. Wow, I think those fire effects were starting to... Anything I wish to know? That's a great question. Guys, I'm going to be here for hours. Oh, there's only 2 of these buttons. It's not going to be hours. Oh, so like they are actually like rock monsters. Neat. 特殊な環境では周囲の生物を用いる場合もあると。非常に稀なケースではありますが、恐ろしい話です。Oh, that thing. アンカーを破壊しなければアンゲロスが尽きることもない。つまり再建のためにはアンカーを破壊するしか方法がありません。中央制御タワーは緊急バリアが稼働中で。警備員も全力を尽くして耐えています。しかし、本当にギリギリのところで持ちこたえていると言わざるを得ません。負傷者も非常に多く、死者の報告。So do you think she gets to be a playable character? Notice how she has like an actual character design? 職員は中央制御タワーの1階に避難しています。アンドレイも。I think that's something I've always thought was really funny. Just こんな状態では。Games in general, this has always been a thing with RPGs and all sorts of stuff, where it's like you can spot the named character from a mile away. Because the named character will be the one character in a crowd that like actually has a character design, and like the generic NPCs are the most generic looking thing ever. I'm not sure there's a good way to really approach dealing with that, though, only because, like... Yo. Reactive characters. Neat. Can you tell my bar for these style of games is really low? There's actually some like genuine good game design present here. Yeah, you gotta put more effort and detail into your important story characters. Yeah. It always is a little weird to look at, but I'm not sure if there's really a great way to deal with it, because then the problem is, like, if you've got a generic NPC that is, like, super well detailed, but then you have to copy and paste that super well detailed character over and over, I don't know, I think that would look weirder than having the, like, generic looking character mass-produced. Super noticeable in Yakuza 0, the main characters literally have so many more polygons. Yeah, that would definitely make it, yeah, that's pretty funny. Ooh, you know what an approach I do like? I don't think this is an approach for everything, mind you. This is a very, like, artsy sort of approach to it. But I've seen a couple things where, like, background NPCs are just rendered as, like, shadow figures, rather than even having, like, character models exactly. They're just sort of shadow silhouettes. Which I think is a great way to fill empty space while keeping your processing lower. since you're not rendering like full detailed character models. But it also has that like artistic effect to it when you're then walking through a town. It's not an approach that works for everything. It's something that only works for something that is being more stylized. So like, you know, the Persona, I don't recall if Persona does that or not, but Persona is the sort of game where that would fly really easily. I genuinely can't remember if Persona does that or not. Oh wait, I wanted to see. Yay, I do have ground attacks. I've noticed I haven't gotten to use my finishers at all since they taught me how to do that, because none of these things have survived long enough. which makes me kind of sad, but it's fine. I'm sure they're... I hope they'll give me more complex enemies to fight at some point. Yeah, that's the nice thing is, since that is lower power, it does let you actually run good crowds. You don't want your crowds killing your processing, because, you know, the game needs to be playable. Look at that guy's glasses. Oh, that reminds me. You know what's interesting about Arknights? You play as a pharmaceutical corporation that has guns and swords and kills people. Yeah, no, the organization the protagonist belongs to develops pharmaceuticals, but they also have basically the world is just that screwed up that even that's why he's doctor, right? He is actually a doctor of a pharmaceutical company, and the pharmaceutical company employs PMC operators to act as bodyguards because the world is just that messed up that anywhere they go to can potentially be a lethal battleground. Big Pharma. Yep, Arknights is about Big Pharma killing people. Technically. Not technically. Arknights is about Big Pharma killing people in their attempts to save people, which sounds backwards, but to be fair, they shot at us first. They also do simple crowd characters with virtually no AI. You see this used a lot in Hitman, where you can shoot someone and they'll do his backup and yeah. Yeah, so, I've only played... Oh, shoot, which Hitman did I play? Was it Blood Money? It was one of the PS2 games. I have one of the PS2 Hitman games. I think I actually have a couple of the PS2 Hitman games, but I didn't get very far in them. It didn't have that. It didn't have crowd characters. It just had targets. Well, guards, less than targets. That game is brilliant, though. Whichever one I played, which I gotta pull up. Yeah, so, like, I've seen some of the other ones, but that's the only one I've actually played. Fantastic game. Absolutely fantastic game, and I need to go dig it back out and finish it. Crafting. Crafting systems. Whoops. Item gathering, exploration of Talos 2. Ah, see, it is gonna be Genshin. Be placed in the backpack. Press to access crafting. Okay, let me see. Okay. See, I don't like this style of tutorializing. I really don't. Because I just mashed through buttons. I would like you to stop telling me what to do and let me look at the stuff, because I'm not going to retain this. R2, R3, gotcha. Interesting. I guess you needed a little bit of HP, but didn't take a whole lot of damage. I'm very curious to see where their crafting systems go now.
私はここに残って負傷者の手当てをします。その後状況を見て新主任と合流したいと思います。それでは。
Like, how much of a hoarder is this game gonna encourage me to be? I stand upon the head of weird dog beetle rock monster. Okay. Wow, they actually managed to kill a bunch of these things. Look, guns do still work. Ooh, is that more crafting stuff? Hold up, is that in my backpack? Yes, it is. What are you? Hard aggregate. Aggregate. Hard. I think that's a slur. Gatherable from rams or heavy rams can be used to make fine food. Can be used to make fine food and medicine. Can be used to make fine food. Huh. Strange mineral can sometimes be gathered from ramming horns. They can be used as a food marinade to give it special food. I'm gonna marinate with rock. I'll love me some good old stone sauce. Hoarding is a practically a cornerstone of our cornerstone. All right. Yeah, I guess it is better than Ara get. But still, like, I'm gonna cook food with rock. I'll love that. Take from, I think that does take from my same store of points. I gotta remember that. Oh, yay! Yeah, you get that good earthy flavor. I thought you just sprinkled dirt on it for that. Sci-fi dirt, yep. Oops. I just cut her off a little bit. When does it let me roll for new characters? I actually want to see if the character I want is still... I did look, by the way, at the like, announcement board that you can access from the menu to try and figure out if they would tell me, like, what the banner periods were, and I didn't see anything there. I'm really hoping the character I actually want is you know, I don't know when the pools are gonna shift, right? Because there is a character that got me to actually start playing, and I am gonna be sad if I miss that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that means. But, he got wires attached to his head? Hey, he's got wires attached to his head. Okay, I got to kill people. I'm happy. I didn't think I'd get to fight people. I thought I would just fight monsters. Yay, murder! Well, the thing is, the presence of actual sentient enemies gives more potential for darker story beats than just the monsters, which gets me more excited than I was before knowing that there are actual, like... Do I have to... Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, I broke the rock! Birdman! I found Birdman! I don't know why they got wires coming out of their face, though. Oh, enemy's casting charge skill. Let me guess who charges and then does his skill. Red circle up here. Then you charge up their skill. When an enemy is casting a charge skill, it can be interrupted with any other operator's damage dealing skill. Got it. Successfully indirect stops the enemy's skill casting and deals large amounts of stagger. I was gonna ask if it dealt stagger. Oh, come on. Neat. Good to know. Oh boy, that means I gotta monitor my, ow. Not dash attack. That means I gotta monitor my, skill points. Because I am gonna want to not ran out of those. Trophy earned. I wonder if that's a trophy earned for doing base tutorial stuff. Yeah, he looks intense, but I'm still stuck in tutorial land, so... She looks like she works at a diner. Why would you say this? I don't know. I do have to admit, I think the fact that they stopped voicing protagonists made that little thumbs up quite funny. However, we should check up on the clearly traumatized bird man.
ついに突破
10
口が見え
years,
たんだ。
dang.
プッチーニとポポフもこれで報われるよ。ずっと残念がってたから、この話を直接管理人に伝えられなかったこと。
管理人アンドレイさんはエンドフィールドの技術専門家でここに駐在しています。そして修正工業システムのエンジニア責任者でもあります。
ペリカ監察官、急に改まって。あ、待って、まさか管理人忘れちゃったの？
Yeah, I guess apparently taking a long nap does that to you.
あんまりだ。なんでいつもこんな、まったく。
詳しいことは後でまた説明します。アンドレイさん、なぜ危険を冒してまでここに？
俺は旧工場エリアにアンカーが落ちたのを見て、試作モデルが無事か急いで走って確認しに来たんだ。ほら、これ。
それが守ってたってやつ？そこまでするなんてさ、よっぽど大事なんだね。
Yeah, what is it
俺
though?
だけの作品じゃないんだ。友人が預けてくれた試作モデルだから、助けてくれて本当に感謝するよ。
But what is the
それ
prototype?
から今はアンカーを壊して基地内にアンゲロスが湧いてくることはなくなったが、復旧を急がないと。
私たちに任せて。それから新主任がすぐ中央制御タワーに戻るようにと言っていました。
ちなみに俺を探しているとき、どんな顔してた？怒ってた？
そうね。
ダメだ、おしまいだ。
新主任のところも助けが必要みたいですね。
みんなは先に向かってくれ。俺はここでもうちょっと機械のチェックをしてから行くよ。
I don't know what the prototype does though. They just called it the prototype. He didn't say what the prototype actually
アン
was.
ドレイさんのことはチェンに任せて、先に新主任のところに行きましょう。
Ayo. Oh, whoops. Ah. Huh. Hold up. Now I gotta look at falling animations because I swear she stumbled a bit under one of those. Whoop. Yeah, neat. That makes me wonder if there's like fall damage though, because like she's got a little bit of a stumble from that height versus like that height. Oh no, I saw it there too. Never mind. Yeah, see, okay. So a little more subtle height, just a basic little drop. But with some of these harder heights, you get that slight stumble. That's neat. Height contextual landing animation. And what if I'm pushing the stick at the time of landing? Yeah, it just rolls the momentum. Cool. Okay. I wish to... Birdman, can you tell me about the prototype?
管理人、他に何か用か？何？俺はほんのちょっと見てみるだけで。センちゃんもいるし、平気平気。
About... Ooh, what is the prototype? Thank you. Seeing that a friend left. Okay. Installation coding, expanding mobility, amongst other modifications. But what does it do? No, he didn't say what it does, though.
もし俺が預かっているうちに壊れたりしたら、イボンヌに何て言ったらいいのかわからないから。
Alright, that didn't really tell me what it did, though.
アンカーか。北方から飛んできて落ちた場所でアンゲロスを生み出す。俺たちにとっては自然災害みたいなものだよ。アンカーが出現するタイミングと位置を予測するのは難しいんだ。迎撃が間に合わなければ落下後に直接コアを破壊して動きを止めるしかない。それにしてもこんなにアンカーが落ちてきたのは久しぶりだよ。本当どうしたもんだ。
Everyone needs an owl friend for sure.
やっぱり
It's an underrated aesthetic?
フェリカ監察官から可能性について聞いていたが本当に残念だ。
Okay, why was I asleep for 10 years
いろんなことを
though?
一緒にやったんだよ。協約転送のシステム化、配置案の一括修正工業システムだって。この話は終わりだ。とにかくここにあるもののほとんどは管理人が俺たち
Like, I'm sure that is something they're gonna go into at some point later down the
み
line.
んなが忘れたってデータと設備はずっと覚えてるよ。
But I'm curious as to why I was taking a 10-year long... Whoops.
アンカーが
Whoops.
出現する
No,
タ
I
イミン
didn't.
グと位置を予測するのは難しいんだ。
You know what? I don't know how much that's gonna skip. Never mind.
それにしてもこんなにアンカーが落ちてきた。
There's a hole in the wall. Can I explore the hole in the wall? I cannot explore... Oh, yeah, I can super tell I can't explore the hole in the wall now.
Land breaker はアンカーが落下した混乱に乗じたのでしょうか。でもアンカーが落下してすぐのことだった。そんなタイミングで私たちが思っている以上に状況は複雑になっているかもしれません。
I have a suspicion these so-called land breakers are the, like, generic ruffian faction to at least some degree. I would like to know more about their weird face masks, though. Because, that's odd. You know what? I need to use the bathroom real quick, actually. I'll be right back, guys. I will be quick. Alrighty, I have returned. I'm curious what the mail is. Spring Vision Preview Special Program Rewards. Portrait theme. Fair. Global pre-registration milestone. Ooh. Those are things. That don't mean a lot to me right now. I'm gonna hold out on poking around with that for now, actually. Oh, hold up. Oh, I can! I can actually swap characters now. Neat. Look, she's a science fiction spellcaster. Ain't that fun? It's science-y magic. Magical science fiction. Ooh. Something tells me if I try and go this way, it's gonna turn me around. Oh. Yeah, you know what? That's one way to handle that. I don't think there's fall damage. Which is fine. Scare the birds. Ayo? What are you? Oh, I should probably follow that marker. I bet it's gonna make me come right in this same... Oh, never mind, okay. Ruffians?
それだけではありません。あちらを。あれは協約コアの設置を予定していた場所。煙の上がっている範囲も広く、一帯が占拠されていました。周辺はアンゲロスだらけです。ここまで侵入してくるとは兆候もありませんでした。一体どうやって。さっきのランドブレーカーは先行部隊だったということね。新種に他に新しい情報はある？警備課が可能な限り。
If the area is completely fallen, does that mean I need to get to fight more people?
共有します。アンカー落下後の立て直しには苦戦している現状です。負傷者も多く、電力も復旧していません。予備回線もアンゲロスに破壊され、機能の
He is. He is. I couldn't help but look at him and be like, he has 4 years.
確認されました。狙いは全くわかりませんが。でも、このタイミングというのは偶然だとはとても。このまま放置すれば、協約コアの設置をすることは厳しくなります。 協約共振タワーでオリジニウムを活性化し、強制的に電力を確保する方法がありますが、消費エネルギーが。
いいえ、まだ方法はある。協約コアなら基地の機能を復旧させることができる。
協約コアから共振タワーに電力を供給するということですか？
ええ、修正工業システムを使えば中継ラインを作れる。協約共振タワーがあれば基地にも余裕が生まれるはず。
途中かなりの数のランド
So
ブレー
very
カーがあるはずです。少しでも
very irrelevant, very different thing. But man, this like
簡単だよ。
this little map is making me want to play Ace Combat.
私がいるんだからさ。
Burb,
管理人も見たい
Ace
よ
Burb.
ランドブレーカーくらいちょいっとやっちゃうよ。
俺も年を取って戦うのは無理でも協約コアのことなら力になれる。
しかし敵が多いことに変わりはありません。計画の練り直しが必要では。
Ace Combat is fun. I need to finish 7. I started 7. I never actually finished it though. And we've already got an 8 in the works now too, and I still haven't finished 7. I have played through 4, 5, and X, but I gotta go through and actually finish 7. And I need to get 0. 0 is supposed to be really good. I want to play through Assault Horizon, but Assault Horizon looks terrible. Let me rephrase that. I want to play Assault Horizon because Assault Horizon looks terrible.
私もちゃんと挨拶してなかったね。管理人、改めてお世話になるね。
Oh, do we get yeah? New operator join. Yeah, okay.
エンドフィールド危機対策班、準備完了。前行ってもいい？
Let me look at the UI.
よーし。じゃあ話
You
も
like how the owl guy is a tad chubby? Like he just looks like some guy with an owl head surrounded by waifus. Yeah. Yeah, it always made some of the the okay, the male characters I remember from Arknights were like Lizard Man. Well, I'm gonna be honest, the only one I actually remember was the Lizard Man, and he was just a lizard, right? And then all the characters that were like animal features were all like the waifu characters, and then there was Lizard, and he was like a 2-star unit or a 3-star unit or whatever. I always found that really funny. I might not be remembering higher rarity male characters, because to be fair, like I said, I didn't play a lot of it. But yeah, it's given the same. Some fan service, yep, it sells better.
アンゲロスとは違う。それに今のあなたの状態では
It's like technically male characters exist, but they don't sell as well.
ありがとうございます。
I wish we were voiced. We were voiced earlier, so
敵の戦力を削ぐ。そして指定の場所に協約コアを設置し、中継タワーを通じて電力を供給する。そうすれば基地の機能は復旧する。
how you know the game is for men and not for... Oh, how you know the game is for men and not men and women. The men are not pretty. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
アンドレイさん、安全なルートが確保できたらまた連絡するわ。
What's your opinion on Zenless Zone Zero in those regards,
あなたの
Clipsy?
力が必要になる。
Because I think that is a pretty decent case study on that as well, but also people for thirst for Lycan. So Zenless Zone Zero has the only hot furry in existence. Alright. Yeah, Zenless Zone Zero is funny. I've seen, like, a handful of people complain it doesn't have enough male characters, and I'm like, are you serious? If you want them to have hot men characters, go play Star Rail. That's what Star Rail is for. I think she meant hot male furry. Let me add male to that original statement. And to be fair, Lola Bunny is the original hot furry. Not into women. Yeah, actually, that's a fair response, too. This is why we should have assumed male in the original statement.
全然問題ないよ。むしろ手伝えるならちょっと気が楽だし。
この無謀な頑固じいさんのことは置いておいて、管理人チェン、ペリカ監察官、くれぐれも気をつけてください。1点、協約転送ポイントは電力とは独立して稼働しています。危険だと判断したらいつでもここに戻って準備を整え直してください。では頼みましたよ。
Oh, do I get to fight now? I'm gonna go beat up people.
管理人、まず協約転送ポイントを起動してください。今後何をするにも役に立ちますから。
Oh, wow. It's letting me do stuff. Hold up.
つい先ほどアンドレイから管理人についてお伺いしました。
Do you notice the UI just exploded at the top of the screen? Oh, I don't want to deal with events. Oops. It's not what I meant to push, actually.
準備？ケンも大丈夫だって。エンドフィールド危機対策班準備完了。オリジニウムが歌っているんだ。
Tactical. Oh. I can't do that yet. Alright.
よいしょっと。どう？決まってる？
Oh, gotcha. So this is how I burn. Let me guess. I can. Yep. So this is the spend too much on gacha system right here, where characters get better when I pull dupes. That's what that is. I can't access that. I'm assuming this is weapon stuff. Can I swap? So that's level up. Oh, there we go. I don't have other weapons, but that's how I do that. Awesome. I'm sure they're going to teach me this stuff later, and then I'm going to go insane because I already poked around and found it. There we go. Oh, neat. Okay. And you've got the basic sword, so those are both sword units. I got a great sword, I think. Keep looking at the girl with the horns and thinking Narissa, even though the horns and dark hair are the only similarity she has with Narissa. It's one of Narissa's long-lost sisters or something. I should be able to. She dual wields, that's fun. Which reminds me, though, I wish D&D encouraged historical... That's a fun little hop. Hold up. That's neat. I like it. I like that. it's not gonna let me just walk. Okay. Very 2B moveset. I guess there's a little bit of that in there. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, hold up. That means, though, that my backpack actually has limited space. Oh, wow, okay. Capacity 3 out of 35. Alright. Interesting. Interesting. So, like, the game might actually have decent, like, inventory management systems. I'm getting more interested. Now I can start walking.
ランドブレーカーの三大クランの中で特に暴力を良しとするのがボーンクラッシャーです。 SOW の情報ではここ数ヶ月で長年続いていた内部構想が突然終わり、小規模な組織に対して襲撃を行うようになったと。現時点ではこれ以上の情報はありません。分かっているのはリーダーと呼ばれる人物が突如現れ、ボーンクラッシャーをまとめているということだけです。
I might have to reinstall Wuthering Waves at some point. Woo! On all levels, he is a wolf. I got distracted and then I lost my change of thought. Wuthering Waves! Another fabulous... Yeah... This is how I park. See, this right here is why I want a Miata, because, like, man, parking the van, this is really how it be sometimes, you know? This is really how it be, but a Miata is, like, it's like... It's tiny. It's, like, 2 feet long. It's much easier. But, like, parking the minivan, yeah. Yup. I've been here. I wonder if I can... Do you think it would let me jump down there? Yeah, actually, the fact that I could get that close to that ledge means yes. Crashing on me... Okay, but, like... The Miata can fit here, see? So, like, the Miata wouldn't be crashed. Also, a Miata crash is worse than other cars because they're tiny. They weigh like 2 pounds. They just bounce off everything. Yeah. Yeah, Miata crashes are fun to watch actually. Ugh. Speech. Whoops. Physical status lift. I'm assuming that's when I throw people off the ground. 2 pounds? That's how much I weigh. Yep. Yeah, that's right. You're about the same weight as a Miata. why I destroy my car's suspension by carrying 14 tons of lead ingots wherever I go. Yup, bigger mass equals one win, absolutely. I also did not read that as ingots for some reason at first. I am not going to explain what I read that as, though.
平気だ。この程度のランドブレーカーに負けるほど弱くない。ちょっと待て。もしかしてエンドフィールドか。アンカーが基地に落ちたのを見た。それで助けに行こうと思ってたんだ。
Seeing the slurs that aren't there, absolutely.
アンゲロスとランドブレーカーが次々に湧いてきて抑えきれなかった。壁はぶっこ抜く、窓は割るで。結局引くだけでやっとだった。
Ghost slurs. I'm gonna start using that term from now on. I like that. Nah, you're not gonna help fight. I can tell because you're generic.
道中エラフィアとフォルテを見かけたら武器を持ってくるように伝えてほしい。俺は先に準備をしておくからさ。
So I think, yeah, I can start pulling for characters. Why are you tutorializing me? Mission to acquire a new horizon permit. New horizon headhunting. What? Headhunting acquire operator. Cool. Okay, hold up. That is 1 point. That is a different currency. Got it. Okay. I think. Yes. Cool. Okay, I'm following. I'm following the currencies. It's funny how little baby animal ears can make a man look 10 times more pathetic. Yeah, that's why you use them. We all know you. We know your secrets. The true reason all my OCs have animal ears. Well, you already said it, and I just took too long to read it. Okay. Enjoy writing pathetic men. We know. We know. Anyway, there she is. It's Rossi. Anyways, does it say on here how long? Yes, it does. Ending 4:16. Where is? Let me check some. Oh boy, I have less than a week left of that banner. 4 days. Oh, there's the actual. There it is. I found it. Oh, 80 attempts. Cool. Good to know. So we'll see what happens there. Because, you know, I don't have unlimited funds to throw at this kind of stuff, so, you know. I'm gonna, I think, progress a little bit more before we actually mess with the gacha. I want to see, actually, how... Yeah, I figured. I like, look, they like instant transmission from where they were. Just swap positions real quick. Okay, we're gonna throw you up for a bit. I want to feel what your weird casting feels like. Oh, I finished everyone off. Oops.
店だな。
Pipe faced.
まさかこんなケチな野郎どもに捕まって恥をさらすとは。
Yeah, why are they pipe
ケ
faced?
チな野郎か。ランドブレーカーってさ、やっぱり普通の人から見たら怖いって感じなのかな。
その格好はエンドフィールドか。アンカーの剣は
Yo, he's got deer antlers. Hey, does that still look pathetic?
基地のことなら今は無事よ。
Like, you know, big old bunny ears on a big tough man, sure. But how do you feel about deer antler? Less pathetic? Yeah, makes sense.
ランドブレーカーを全員やるのか。
He has sticks in his hair.
じゃなくて、今はとりあえず道の安全確保しに来たんだ。基地怪我してる人でいっぱいだしさ、早く復旧させないと。
Makes eating salad look like a contact sport.
そうか。さっき一回恥ずかしいところを見せたしな。これ以上迷惑はかけられない。施設の無事が確認できたらすぐに戻る。もし途中で俺の兄弟2人に会ったら、俺のところに来るように伝えてほしい。
Arts. I don't feel like reading, so I'm just not going to. Level 4.
あれは
変な光、今夜のごとし。すべて決めりを援護します。この勢いいつでも終わらせる。
I was just about to say, something that bothers me with a lot of these styles of games is how little the enemies actually fight back. And then he hits me in the face because I'm not paying enough attention. Oh, boy. But yeah, I wish they fought back harder. It looks nice, though. Like, the visual design is really nice. The art direction is really good. The combat does feel a little samey, which is a consequence of it being one-button combat. They recognize you as the main character and give up. Yeah, but that's not really fun. Like, there's too much, you know, like, Dynasty Warriors games are fun despite working like that, because, well, actually, my favorite Warriors game is the one where they do actually fight back, but still, Warriors games are fun despite them operating like that because it's a spectacle thing. This is slower and heavier, so this is not a spectacle thing, but then the enemies aren't reacting enough for it to really be a deep combat thing either. At least right now. I'm willing to give it some benefit of the doubt, being technically still kind of in the early tutorial phases, but combat better or worse than Genshin? That's a weird thing to quantify, because unfortunately it feels too similar, just because the enemy AI is built on very same behaviors, but this is better tuned, right? So my dodges actually work and have very clear feedback for when they work. I think it's interesting how they've stitched the skill systems together here. It doesn't have, like, any equivalent to the, at least as far as I can tell, like, the elemental stuff. So, like, in that regard, it's simpler, but, like, I see some potential here for, like, team comp based on the fact that, like, each individual character's skill is then usable. It's interesting. There's interesting stuff here. I need enemies to fight back harder, though. It is more responsive than Genshin, I think, is as much as I can say right now. It's definitely better. The response is better. The impact of my hits, the hitbox visuals, the dodge timing, all of that is better tuned than Genshin. It also looks nicer. It's also running more stable.
まあそうだ。アンギョロスはさすがに無理だが、こんな非力な強盗じゃ地下闘技場の連中には到底及ばねえからな。
Asphalt roundabout is such a word. But is it compatible with my Nintendo Power Glove? What is compatible with your Nintendo Power Glove? But also, oh my gosh, speaking of weird defunct Nintendo tech that never did anything worthwhile, right? There is a retro game store that I know of that has an in-box ROB. And it kills me every time I go in there because they have it priced at $799. It is $800 for this stupid thing, and it makes me... I want that ROB. I love ROB. ROB is so cool. They have boxed ROB. I don't have $800 to drop on an in-box ROB, and every time I see it, it kills me. By the way, it's been there for months. I don't think they're selling it. Like, I think the average person is like me and can't justify dropping $800 on a piece of tech that they don't even have games compatible with. Because there were like 3 games compatible with ROB in the first place. But oh, I want that ROB. I want it so much. Enough to like put aside Miata Fund money to buy it? No, not that much. But oh, I want that ROB. Maybe they'll eventually drop the price. No way. I doubt it. You know, it's... I severely doubt they're going to drop the price on it, right? I'm sure it's a situation where, like, one person has the ability to set prices anyway, and, you know. But I want it. What about the Donkey Kong Bongo controller? Let me think. I don't... Oh, I'm not sure if they had one there. Not that I remember. I've definitely seen it in stores before. I can't remember if in that specific store or not. That specific store, I want to say, had the Taiko Drum controller, though, for that one Taiko Drum arcade game. So that was pretty cool. They also had, like, they have a boxed NES set, an SNES set, which is really tempting. They had the purple... green? Let me think. The green. I think it was the green clear plastic N64. That one wasn't in box, but they did have the same box set that I had back in the day for the Nintendo 64, because it was the one that came with the basic gray controller and the one clear purple controller, and we still have both of those controllers floating around, so that's definitely the same box set we had. I keep cutting people off by accident.
北には工業団が受け入れを予定していた流浪者の集落があるけれど、このランドブレーカーも同じく北からやってきたと。
Also, you like my sweater dress? This is very appropriate battlefield attire. Combat office lady. Ooh, ate another one to the face. I think I just took damage. I think one of them shot me. Fight and do paperwork, yeah! You would, yeah, I can see you wearing that sweater dress. Complete with big clippy paperclip, what would that even be? A brooch? That's probably a brooch. Yeah, let's call that a brooch. Yes, you love Clippy. Yeah, it checks out.
ランドブレーカーが拠点を作っているのに、この付近には物資が多く残されている。被害が少なくてよかったんじゃない？居住地を襲うのは食料や物資を略奪するため。だとしたら、これくらいで済むわけがない。つまり物資とかじゃなくて、この場所が大事ってこと？
Oops.
略奪
Nope.
じゃ
Hold
な
up.
くて占領してるっていうか。
Bumped the log button.
占領。
管理人、ペリカ観察官。
Borb a friend.
今そっちに清掃班と一緒に向かってるから。
あ、毛玉じっていうかさ、今私のことだけ呼ばなかったよね。ランドブレーカーのことはまた後で考えましょう。まずは協約コアを設置しないと。アンドレイさんたちが来たら、この違法建築を一緒に片付けるところからですね。
Excuse me. Does anybody see that? Anybody else see that in the background there? What is the car dealership funny dancing man doing in the background? It's a wacky tube man. Yeah, what's the wacky tube man doing? I just killed men, and there's a wacky tube man behind. He's doing his funny dance. He's just a little guy doing his funny dance. What a weird place to find a wacky tube man.
ちょっとしか動いてないのに死ぬかと思った。でも片付けは完了だ。じゃあみんな早速始めるぞ。
待って待って。なんか今日やけに張り切ってるね。
そりゃそうだ。中枢基地に来たのは修正工業システムの製造とテストのためだったんだ。
Yeah, so it looks like they Chubby Birdman, I mean, I'd make a joke about how do you think he's going to be able to grip things with feather hands, but, like, as we can see, he has normal hands.
もちろんこんなことになるとは思ってもみなかったけど。
ペリカ観察官、協約の申請は受け取ったし、権限の確認も完了したよ。これでいつでも協約コアが設置できるよ。
I'm gonna go ahead and burn those
了解。
freebie tickets they gave me a second ago
管理人に設置してもらう
for
わ。
the gacha.
管理人、協約コアは最高レベルの暗号化によって保護されています。
Oh, you know what? I started a thought that I never finished. I wish we would get a
準備は整いました。始めましょう。
a Punishing Gray Raven game that is a little bit more large scale and ambitious. Something like this for Punishing Gray Raven. Because, you know, Akuto Games went and they did Wuthering Waves, but the thing is, I am significantly less interested in Wuthering Waves because it's not my aesthetics as much, and it's just, like, not as dark as Punishing Gray Raven. I really like Punishing Gray Raven. I think it's a solid game, and unfortunately it's going to be forgotten by the majority of people now because it's not a Genshin clone. But, Punishing Gray Raven's good. It's fun. Come on, I didn't wander that far away. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Also, Punishing Gray Raven has incredible soundtrack. Titanfall? I I should play Titanfall. Why have I not done Titanfall yet? It's on my shelf. Oh my gosh, I need to do Titanfall. We're gonna have to plan that. We're gonna have to figure out when is a good day to do Titanfall. I can probably figure out something next week. I love Titanfall. Titanfall's fantastic. EA needs to revive the servers, but they're cowards.
これはすごい。予想通りだ。これならもっと北にも協約コアを設置して。
Titanfall is fantastic, and Apex is a joke.
あ、すまん。興奮しすぎたな。
I was very upset when I played Apex. I was excited, and then I tried it, and then I hated it, and then I kept playing it because I had a couple friends that really liked it. I haven't touched it since, though. I only played it with those couple people because I don't enjoy it.
修正工業システムはここを中心として各地のあらゆる問題に迅速に対応できるようになりました。星空を仰ぐならば地に足をつけるべきだ。あなたが何度も話してくれました。管理人、私たちは今もその言葉を忘れていません。協約コア、そして修正工業システム、そのすべてからきっと新たな希望
You know, this might sound goofy, but for some reason, not for some reason, I actually can break down exactly where this thought process is coming from. Man, this is making me wish we had a good Phantasy Star game. You know, a good modern Phantasy Star game. We haven't had a good Phantasy, like a genuinely good Phantasy Star game since Phantasy Star Online. Speaking of which, I forget if I picked up Phantasy Star, the original, excuse me. There's a port of the original Phantasy Star on Switch now, which I'm very happy about. I forget if I actually purchased it or not, though. I need to make time to do that on the channel, too. I haven't had the chance to play the original. Because the original was a Sega... let me think. It was a Sega Master System game. So, the Phantasy Stars 2 through 3 were Genesis titles, and the original wasn't. So, it's like the least accessible of them. I have actually a Sega Genesis copy of Phantasy Star 3 right over there next to me, which is funny because I don't own a Genesis, so I need to fix that. Decent condition, in box and everything, which is pretty, or with the case, which is pretty awesome. It does, the chip needs, or the cartridge, excuse me, needs some work. It's a little gunked up, but I can clean that. I just need to put some work onto it. I would love to track down actual physical copies of all 4 of the original Phantasy Star games, but that might be a little tricky, and my priority in terms of like collecting a set of games is going to be .hack until I actually get that full set. And that's gonna suck to do. Because the Volume 4 of .hack gets stupid expensive. I haven't looked in a while. Last I looked, though, it was sitting at, what, like 3,500, 3,600... Or, sorry, not 3,000. 300. It was like 350. I've been looking at cars. My numbers are off. .hack Volume 4, when I was looking at it, was going between like 350 and 380. So it's pricey. I haven't looked recently. I don't know where that number is currently sitting. I'm just hoping it hasn't spiked. Are these my map towers? Construction is strength of Enfield industry made manifest. Okay. Press L to open system feature wheel. Use the right stick. Ah! Special hot power for the placement of facilities. Okay. Tower, place on hot bar. Okay. Ramp for placing the relay towers. Ayo. What if I don't wanna? Relay tower is a key power transmission facility. Relay towers can be used to transmit power to other relay towers, electrical pylons, and electrical nexuses to connect them to the power grid. Okay. The protocol automated core pack is the origin and source of the power grid. Transmit power from the pack to the relay towers to add it in all connected facilities in the power grid. Alright.
よし。あとは強薬コアから電力の供給ができれば。
Field is very pretty. I'm gonna see how far they let me walk away. Give me a second. Yo, nice camera zoom. I appreciate that. Well, there's the funny noodle man. He is a thing. Access already cannot be verified. Please access to try. What? Huh, okay. I wonder if I have to connect him to the grid. Oh, look. Genshin rocks. I wonder if I can also use heavier weaponed characters to break these more easily, just like in Genshin. Oh, come on. I wish to climb it. Yeah! I am on roof. I am going in the definitive ooh! Look at that. So based on that, it looks like we're revolving around a gas giant. That's cool. This looks like a modern Brutal Legends with less heavy metal. I can't speak too much for that. I never played Brutal Legend. Start power transmission.
管理人、こっちこっち。ここに繋ぐんだ。
That's neat. It's a hack and slash tower defense game starring Jack Black. See, I kind of remember it, but I've never played it. Or more accurately, I'm familiar with its existence. I haven't really seen a lot for it, but... Yeah, that was one I remember... right, that game didn't do too well. Excuse me.
共振タワーでオリジニウムを強制的に起動すると設備に負担がかかるんだ。ちゃんと準備しておかないとこの辺の設備が全部ダメになっちゃうかもしれないから。
では分かれて行動しましょう。修正工業システムの完成はエンドフィールドにとって最も重要な使命の一つ。タロ2の危機を救う要になるからです。我々は数年前に協約コア技術の基礎検証を完了させていました。けれど最難関の壁を突破できず。
It's so fascinating. I'm wondering if that, Ooh, hold up. Nice. Oh, I should... Hold up. Let me go claim the rest of these. Grab my stuff. I'll grab all my freebies. Sanity usage permit? Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what that's for. Emergency sanity, okay.
はじめまして。私はロドスの特派員で、コードネームはスノーシャイン。雪の中での救援活動なら任せてほしいな。
Oh, they do have
も
elements.
し表現や雪山に行く任務があったら同行させてね。
Let me see if I can remember. There it is.
ケンも大丈夫だって。
総員準備完了。いつでも出発できます。
Oh, she uses a great sword. Okay.
指示待ってるよ。管理人。
I don't feel like reading. I'll read these some other times. I don't feel like reading.
管理人、一緒にスキーをやってみる？
Now I gotta remember. Oh, there's this button. Ooh, that's neat. Strength boost, HP boost. Medicant glory of knighthood. Secondary attributes. Yeah, I don't know what that does, but it looks cool. We're gonna put that on here. Bear reference, indeed. And now I've got a full team. Woo!
やっぱり晴れが一番だね。
That is very slow.
凍りつけ。
Button. Oh, there is.
上質な鉱物みたいだね。
No, I guess not. Okay.
なんじゃの素材に使えるかも。
I was wondering if it would let like heavy weapon characters break stuff quicker, but apparently not. Power to the protocol resonance tower. What? Unit power to the protocol resonance tower. Oh, okay, I was just about to ask how far I can take these, and it lists it right there in front of me. So that's cool. I don't have one built there. I'm curious. Okay, so it is gonna... It's not really gonna let me just double it back on itself, okay. I was wondering about that. Okay. Neat. What if I just keep going? Okay. Look, I'm constructing power lines. Isn't this riveting? How do I place again? That's how I place. Cool. That's so cool. I'm not sure what the point of this is, actually. Like, they haven't really gone into... Either I wasn't paying enough attention, or they haven't really gone into the relevancy of what I'm doing. But that's so fascinating. Oh, they're just birds. That's things to kill, though. Oh, okay, that's defensive stuff. Well, this is why you should read, actually. Ow. Oh, that one was dead, okay. I thought it was just staggered for a bit there. Nope. There we go. I love rocks. I actually do like rocks. I gotta get myself a rock tumbler. I'm gonna start polishing rock. I've got some neat stones I need to polish. Yes, that's a defensive. Interesting. I gotta remember where everybody's skills are. Because it's not like, yeah, like a lot of these games, rather than having everybody out on the field at once like this is genuinely fascinating to me to have everybody on the field. Because usually what they'll do is you'll just have one character on the field at a time, and then you swap between them to do different skills and abilities and whatnot, right? So having everybody's skill be fixed on the palette like this, that I can call on at any time, is, it's different. It's different, and it's definitely interesting. It's something I'm going to have to get used to. There's my other relay. Ooh. And I like that they're helping me mine. That's so cool. There's a thing there, and I want to know what that is. Oh, I'm powering that thing. Got it. They definitely told me what to do there, and I just was not listening. Tactile plan drawn, and a piece of paper locate locations of defense lines and convoy trucks. Barricades have been marked out with simple lines. Neat. What is that? Touch. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I get it. Sealed crates can be found in the world of Taos 2. To unlock a sealed crate, gather 3 sealing air. I don't want to try and pronounce that. Cool. So that was 1 there. There's 2. And there's 3. I'm assuming that's going to hurt me. Yes, it is. High voltage fence. Gee, I wonder if I need a tutorial for the high voltage fence. How do I get into the high voltage fence? Couldn't possibly be that. Okay. Alright. Thought there was going to be something more interesting to get me in there. Oh. Ooh. Okay, now this is more interesting. Electrical nexus are usually placed in power transmission lines. Connect them to the power grid. Where's my power grid? I mean, I'm already doing this as part of, like, the tutorial, so it's not like it's complicated to figure this out, but still, that's cool. And now... That's neat. I hope there's, like, interesting application of that moving forward, you know? Because that's actually really neat. That has potential for some interesting, like, environmental puzzles and whatnot. Did I get a new sword? Yes, I did. Yeah, it went away too fast. Hold up. See. Oh, okay, so it's not one of theirs. Is it? Huh. Thought I saw a new weapon pop up anyway. You know what? There is an inventory, isn't there? Hold up. What? Okay. Oh, it's a spear. Okay. Gotcha. That's why nobody can seem to equip it. Oh, wait, I can do, like, gotcha pulls. I wish to do pulls, but I don't have... I got free ones for this, though, it looks like. Yes, Little Red Riding Wolf. Correct. So she's why I finally picked up the game. But I don't have the currency to do a 10 pull. So we'll have to see how acquirable currency is outside of, you know, my credit card. Fluorite. That's a rock. That's a fluorescent rock. I actually have a fluorite, There we go, that's someone who's not the same person. Look, it's a weird lizard man. I have a small fluorite sample, excuse me. Ayo. コードネームはアークライトです。うまいことは全然言えないけど。行動体 Z7 あんた着 You know, it,
エンドフィールド行動隊 Z7 隊長明くりただいま参りました。
I wonder what the actual like pull rates look like. Come to think of it, or the not the pull rates, I guess, but the total character pool, because that is 4 of the same character in a row right there. Like, what does this pool look like? I have... Oi? I saw gun pop up. Who has gun? Someone has gun. Give me a second. Who uses gun?
いい風に視界も良好。絶好のスキー日和だね。
It is not you use sword. You're another caster. You use gun? Hold up, we got carrot. Wait, I should check out the other two. I should actually be reading up on their skills and whatnot, and I'm not gonna do that because I don't feel like it. So use sword. I wish to have gun. Who do... Also, can I swap off? I am assuming they let me swap off. Yes, they do. I'm not gonna do that. I like actually using my pro tag characters. Let me think. Oh...
前行ってもいい？やっぱ一番に出たくってさ。お仕事。
Actually gonna wanna probably come in here. Yup, I thought that's what those were for. Let me see. Which ones are the intermediate, elementary, intermediate, advanced? So these are the big ones. We just need you to be comparable to everybody else. I don't need anything crazy. How do I... That's how. Okay.
さすがエンドフィールド工業ってわけね。
There we go.
結局私の出番。
And then your skills.
気に入ったでしょ。
Neat. And that took me entirely too long to run that power line. That, in all honesty. Oh, you know what? Now I'm curious what their currency actually costs. Some games are worse than others with that. Genshin kind of has established a sort of, more or less a kind of standard for the overall currency costs and rates and whatnot. But they're not following, I did notice these, their 10 pull is at, what was it, 5,000 of whatever their currency is, which is not the same standard ratio that Genshin sort of started using. So it makes me especially curious about these guys looks pretty evil. But where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from, Joe?
新しい設備と古い設備の相性が心配だったが、よかったよかった。
エンドフィールドが何年もかけて開発してたことは知っていたが、 こんな一瞬とは本当にすごい技術だ。
一晩で荒野に避難所を建てる。これこそ修正工業技術が目指す未来なんだ。俺たちの夢、ようやく一歩踏み出せたよ。
やったね。けどもじゃなくてアンドレイ先生。
ちょっとやめてよ船長。いや、大侠客様って呼んだ方がいい？なんだかいつもよりいい子って感じ。変なの。最初に会った時くらいしかアンドレイ先生なんて呼んでないのに。
もうそんなことない。
管理人ペリカ監察官、中枢基地の電力が復旧しました。本当にありがとうございました。
Let me see. Oh my goodness, I have nearly been on here for 3 hours. I was just about to say, I
よかったわ。
probably considered thinking about what's actually a good cutoff point, because I may just keep playing for far too long if I don't otherwise.
中枢基地は人手不足の上、通信システムの修理を始めたばかりで、他のエリアと連絡が取れず。
Yeah, whoever's still left in chat though, you gotta let me know, like, if you're interested in seeing more of this or not, because like that'll kind of, I guess, determine whether or not I stream this again, bring this back for the channel or not, or just continue progressing on my own time. Which ironically would be faster than on here, because I'm trying to read and then talk to people and whatnot at the same time.
こんな壊し方はしないはずだ。もしかしてランドブレーカーが狙ってるものがあるのかな。
あのさ、質問。副産物って何のこと？アンドレイさんの大切な仕事の成果とか？
いろいろだよ。本当にいろいろ。
You should sit here for whatever, that's fair.
オリジニウムバッテリーかな。きっと。
Yeah, I might,
これのはずだ。
guess I'll have to see what's what. I might pop on with something. I have off work tomorrow for some reason, so I may pop back on with something, whether that be like this or Forza or something in the evening. Kind of depends on how long some other stuff take to get done.
地下実験室、協約庫設置エリア、そして副産物センター。普通狙わないような場所ばかり。じゃあとにかく行ってみようよ。あのマスク泥棒が何考えてるか調べてさ。
Pipe-faced.
写真を見る限り副産物センターの被害は深刻。施設の基礎を修復しなければ支援活動に支障が出る可能性も。
Maybe I shall play Fortnite tomorrow. Man, I should save the Fortnite rant. I'm sure I've had it more than once already. Oh, what's this? Organization has integrated various functions useful for exploration. Database. Oh, headhunting. Valley 4 region. Overview. Press X. Open the map of the hub. The hub shows the terrain and various information of this area. Mission tracking points. Pack map markers also select. Oh, it made me actually teleport. Okay.
Entering core AIC area.
Neato. Hold up. I want to push buttons. Let me push buttons. Ooh. Alright, I want to push buttons now. Give me a moment to push buttons. Oh, that is how I... Cool. Those are my things. Show overview. I'm trying to see if there's a button that pulls up the legend or not. But it's probably somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. Regardless. Yeah, I don't know what all the map markers are. Unfortunately. It's just the map in its entirety. Oh, well, that doesn't help. I'm assuming there's going to be other regions based on this screen, but there's not much I can poke around with there right now. Okay. Character permits. I wonder if that's usable on... I have to see what's usable on what banners. Levels. These are level up based rewards. I'll look at that later. I don't want to sit here reading for too long. Sign in rewards. Let's go. Oh, so those are going to be specific banner based. Okay. I betcha. Ooh, I'm gonna look at that in a bit. I am assuming that's gonna link me somewhere else. So I betcha I now have Protocol Pass. Are you my Battle Pass? Lock the Protocol customized tier to gain Protocol Pass levels and rewards. Yup. Yup, I found the Battle Pass. Pretty sure I found the Battle Pass anyway. Origin supply spend. Nope. Nope, not doing that. Not doing that either. Ah, I see, okay. So there's different tiers. How are you structuring your... That's how you're structuring yours. Okay, good to know. But I betcha I now have... There's a bunch of weird little numbers, and I don't know. Okay, now I can actually look at them. So that is what that is. So that's more premium currency. Got it. So I'm assuming this is the one I actually pay for, and then this is the one I actually pull with, I would guess. I'll figure that if I can figure out where their shop is. Pack 10, so that's a full 10 pull. Yup, that's specifically for this banner, as I thought. Got it. And then that's just generic pulls. Okay, that makes sense. Which means I currently have... five saved up for that. Cool. Looks like I still don't have enough for a full 10, right? Correct. Got it. Okay, now I understand how their setup works. That makes sense. That's an entirely different set of pulls too, because that's their generic banner. Yay! Alright. Is this the shop? Oh, this is the shop. Yeah, there's the cash shop. There's where it lets me spend money. Ooh, that's cool. Yo! It's a Mauser. It's a weird looking Mauser. $5 for the monthly. Yeah, that makes sense. Techno Mauser, exactly. Ah, this is what I was looking for. I think each pull... What was... Now I gotta go check their pull rates. That is what I'm looking for, but unfortunately these numbers don't mean anything to me. Hold up. Where was... Well, this will take me to it, so that'll work. I don't know what their exchange rate is. Oh, here we go. So 1 per 75, yeah? Yeah, each one is equivalent to 75. And then I'm looking at... $5,000 per... So every... Whoop, looking at 5,000 per 10. It's 500 per single. 500 per single. 75. It's gonna be a weird number, but it's gonna be like 7. If I go, this is stuff I should not be doing live actually, because this doesn't really matter anyway. So it's gonna be like 7 of these per individual pull, which means that 7. We're looking at 70 per 10 pull, which is gonna be. It's like usual, it's going to be an awkward position where it's not going to be the 33 for a single 10 pull, but it's going to be more than the 20s. Now you're left in an awkward position there as far as purchasing individual bundles. Yeah, so that's about the same as most. That's not, you know... As far as, like, the rates of these things sort of go, that's actually pretty average. Obnoxious setup for sure, but it's pretty average. I'm assuming how this one works. Can I get info on how this works? Person monthly pass media gives 12 monthly pass perks for 30 days. And monthly pass perks. Well, monthly pass perks are active. Log in every day to achieve. Yup. So it's the daily login pass thing that every single one of these games started doing. $5 is okay. So yeah, so their prices are pretty standard. Their pools are probably a little weird. Can I view that from? Are you cycling through different things? Yes, you are. Good to know. I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to, where I actually... Oh, that scrolls. Oh. It's a bigger menu than I realized. Valuable stash. Headhunt. There's Headhunt. I was looking for that the whole time. My goodness. Shoot, what was I looking at? I was doing math. Oh, I wanted to see if the pull rate information is on here. Arsenal exchange, view weapon supply, arsenal hit buttons, details. There's the details. That's what I. Whoa, hold up. I did push the right button. Okay. Oh. His drop rate is 0.8%. Okay. With an 8% drop rate per. National tickets. I want to know the full poll though. Oh yeah, see, so that's a pretty small pool of characters. There's just 5 of the base rarity characters in the entire pool. There's actually a higher pool of 5-star characters than there are 9 characters. That's interesting. That's why I got so many repeats. If we look over here, 0.8%. That's pretty typical, actually. Let's see, Tang. Oh, that's a larger pool than I would like to see. Much higher chance of getting 6. Let's see, define higher chance. What I also want to know, removal rules, the raid operator featuring the charter headhunting banner will stay in the all available operators list of charter headhunting for 3 charter headhunting banners. Okay. Alright, cool. So that's how they structure theirs. Got it. That's nice. Genshin doesn't have them stay. When Genshin has featured banners like this, the featured character is only in the game, or only available to acquire during their specific rate up banner. So that gives a higher chance, technically, of acquiring. I might do this and call it a day for now, actually. I want to see how she works. There we go. Oh yeah, okay, let me see. Rossi is an operator who can quickly apply multiple stacks of vulnerability and deals damage of different elements. Interesting. She can consume arts infliction to apply lift and vulnerability. A lot of these are just words. And deals both physical damage and heat damage at the same time. Interesting. Okay. Rossi's battle skill deals physical damage and applies lift. The skill hits a target with vulnerability. It also unleashes a Wolfen Amberage and charges at the target to deal heat damage. So, cause vulnerability and then hit with skill. Rosie's combo skill is triggered when an enemy with both vulnerability and arts affliction stacks. Her combo skill also has 2 consecutive casting sequences. Combo sequences 2 consumes all infliction. The Rossi ultimate quickly deals massive heat damage and applies heat infliction to the target. Neat. Use the team to apply vulnerability and arts infliction, then cast Rossi's combo skill with perfect timing to quickly build up stacks of vulnerability. Use Rossi's battle skill and ultimate to deal massive damage. Other teammates. Neato, okay. That. Oh. Oh, those are the wolves. Cool. Ow. Doesn't proc. This is why you need people's skills, so you can actually use their stuff properly. Keep pushing the dodge buttons late. See, I have no idea which characters apply at like what status, so that definitely makes it hard to actually properly. Oh. Oh, I guess. I guess I finished it. You two go, yeah, anytime you do literally anything, yeah, what a mood. I definitely can relate to that. Yeah, so there's some interesting stuff here with the way characters potentially bounce off of each other. But I definitely need to apply the Mystic skill lost to like all Genshin Genshin players. The Mystic skill lost to all Yu-Gi-Oh players of reading in order to really, you know, figure out what the heck I'm doing. But I think rather than boring you guys reading any more just stuff, I think I'm gonna call it a day here. I am probably not gonna really progress anything because I can't. If you guys want to see more of this, I think I'm gonna not necessarily progress farther until I can show it off again. I am probably going to poke around and read more stuff and look at currency rates and stuff like that. You know, the boring stuff after I go off stream. But none of that should affect you. If I end up pulling for Rossi and I get her, you will see in Discord. I can promise you that, though. Kind of wish I'd jumped on sooner. I originally wanted to do this... Shoot, what was it? Friday was my original plan? Something happened, though. I was originally going to play Friday, and I don't remember what happened, but something came up. So I pushed it back to today, and now I only have 4 days to get the character. So, yeah, it's... I mean... You know... As happens, this is why gacha game structures are annoying, and I don't like them. But anyways... We're going to go ahead, wrap up for today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I will be back sometime. I hope to see you then. Bye-bye, everyone. Boink.